You are getting a lot of cosmic input this month, Libra. That means both a lot of pressure and a lot of opportunities. And the thing is, you don't need to do anything to feel the pressure. But the more active you are, the more wonderful new opportunities you're going to discover and enjoy. I am Nadia, the astrologer for people who do not necessarily believe in astrology, but who love hearing their horoscopes. And this is the forecast for the month of August for the sign Libra. Your cosmic ruler, the planet Venus, entered Cancer just one day before the beginning of August, so on the 31st of July. It will stay there until the 25th of August, so since most of August we're dealing with the Cancer Venus, it's nice if you could befriend her. In your horoscope, Cancer rules whatever it is that you do in your most official role. Could be career, business, politics, relationships with the officials. And it is in this role that you are supposed to be attractive in this August. Venus will help, of course, to make your public persona more glamorous, but some effort on your part is also required. A peaceful intention, for example, the desire to charm people rather than force them into something. What's making this transit more important is that there already is a very powerful benefic here in Cancer. In this your official area already, it's the planet Jupiter that entered Cancer in June to stay for a little over a year. Jupiter is the planet of abundance, wisdom, and growth, and in Cancer it's especially powerful and good-natured. I made a whole video on working with Jupiter in Cancer, which you can watch and think of how to apply it to your career or some other such thing. So the year ahead, you are lucky in this your official role thanks to Jupiter, but you're also gently pushed towards growth and optimistic development. If you need to know where investment is likely to bring generous rewards this year, from this summer to the next, it is this. Venus joins Jupiter on the 11th of August, which makes the days surrounding it perfect for presenting something public and official, like holding a presentation of your project, or applying for a new position, or launching a project, making it public. Anything where you need to both attract attention and please people, make them like what you do. An amazing piece of news is that on the 7th of August, Mars, the planet of drive and assertiveness and energy, is entering your sign finally. It's been in Virgo for a couple of months, during which you may have felt not exactly powerless, more like not pumped up enough. This will end, but unfortunately, the first thing that can pump you up with energy once Mars is in Libra is some sort of stress conflict with a person who is really serious. So you will need to be able to assess the situation realistically, know who has which means of power, take it seriously and act cautiously but firmly, but in a very civilized manner. So it's a difficult task, but Libra is the sign that can pull it off. You have a lot of experience being both nice and iron-willed, flexible enough to accommodate other people's priorities, and then determined enough to make sure yours are also taken care of. For most of the rest of the month, this Mars is a reliable source of energy and is actually great for sport. There will be a full moon in Aquarius on the 9th of August in your area of fun, games, romance, creativity, and children, and joy, all kinds of joy. So the full moon will give you the opportunity to take an audit of this area of your life, of what works for you when you want to live joyfully, what doesn't. And if you have recently learned of some other new for you ways to enjoy life, the full moon may also highlight that. Then another relief will come from Mercury that is finishing its retrograde in Leo on the 11th of August in your area of social connections and hopes and ambitions for the future. So When Mercury ends its retrograde in the course of the next few days, things start running more smoothly in the areas for which the sign is responsible. But it's not just that. The questions and doubts and glitches that were present during the retrograde, or maybe even before the retrograde, get partially cleared up. So you may receive some new information as well as just come to new conclusions. And remember, there was just a full moon illuminating how you're doing with living joyfully. Well, some of these questions and issues may have something to do with that, which makes sense. I mean, shouldn't our hopes and ambitions for future also be aligned with what we experience as joyful? So, in the middle of August, pay attention to both what brings you joy and how it's affecting your social choices and your future aspirations. And yes, if you got in contact with some groups of people or communities from the past during the retrograde, the second half of August will show you if these connections will last. And now to the slow planets that are doing something special this month. They are Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto are forming a whole combination of supportive aspects to each other. It looks very pretty on the astrological charts, but the meaning of it is that different energies and, entities, intentions that in themselves feel very new and fresh will be able to cooperate wonderfully. They themselves are new because it's these four planets that have entered new signs during the past year, which is a pretty astonishing coincidence considering that they all move at different speeds. But now this supportive aspect will help them work together and innovate and create new things, events, tropes. For each of us personally, the important thing is which of the areas of our horoscopes they stimulate. There, this synergy is possible for us. And in your case, it's other people, so either partners, in love, friendship, work, creativity, or opponents. Key is that they require serious thought. Area number 2 is, again, sources of joy and your ability to be creative and enjoy life. And another area is expansion, how big your world is, how much you know, how much you want to know, how big and diverse and interesting you can make your world. So serious relationships, expansion and joy. Serious relationships, expansion and joy. If something real and big is already happening for you, that's great. If not, it may still happen in 2026 when this combination of planets will form again. But meditate on this at least. Who knows what you may come up with. A new moon in Virgo is not particularly important for you. It's happening on the 23rd, by the way, but you don't need to worry about it. Well, unless you are doing something fun and new in secret. In this case, go on, indulge yourself, try things out before you reveal them or choose not to reveal them. And finally, on the 25th, your ruler, Venus, will enter Leo and will start helping you with building pleasant social connections that are potentially useful and come up with ideas about future that may be more pleasant and inspiring than the ones you've had before. Again, the issue with what joy plays in your life may be of some importance here. Maybe also something with intense desire even. But the key is to translate it into a picture of future that pleases you, no matter how realistic or unrealistic it may seem to you right now.